Damsel here, my sister Young, and welcome back to FS22, or Calmsden Farm. I have no idea what the hell I'm calling the intro for this, but we'll just say Calmsden Farm. And I am joined by David.
Hey, hey.
David is somewhere.
Currently in field 15.
Yeah. So David's starting to... Oh, yeah, he is. David's over there, as you can see. He's mowing. Now...
I've got well, Chris has got the baler.
And I've got the baler. And a new tractor. I decided...
Yeah, the one that he didn't use last time, if you remember the piss taking he got for... has gone. So anybody wanting a tractor with 0 hours on it, check out used.
Which one?
God, we're taking the piss in the last episode, the fact that you never used your New Holland, but it was still so clean.
I know. Hasn't come up in the used market yet, though.
No, I know it hasn't. The ones that we cleared out at the beginning are still there.
I reckon it will do, though. It'll probably turn up next day.
Possibly.
Me and David have got an absolute infinity for this baler right now. Because as
Yeah,
you can
after I introduce you to it.
Oh yeah, because as you can see, it's got the things on the side.
Rakes.
Yeah. But the rakes are actually quite handy.
I'll tell you one thing, they're bloody amazing for doing hay because you don't have to windrow it.
Yeah.
But also I find even if you're working with windrows, it just means as you turn, you have to try and keep the baler's head perfectly on top.
Yeah. It's like with this swath, as you'll see when I come to the corner, I can take a little bit of an obscure line to what you normally could. So if I go like this and
It can, I will warn you, it can sometimes get overdone if you hit like a massive pile, like where the harvester dug to pile, it can.
yeah, it seemed to have working alright so far though. And there you go. Our first square bale coming out of the bank. Wonder how many bales we are going to have.
Including the glass ones, probably quite a lot.
Well, we've got this field, and then we've got the other field. I've got the other field to bale.
Yeah, and then we'll have, what have we got, 3 or 4 grass fields?
Yeah. Are we silaging the grass?
I was going to talk to you about that. I think we should silage some and possibly hay some,
Yeah.
because that way we end up with a good, that way we can have a good chance at TMR.
Are we... We're going to keep some, obviously.
Yeah, we'll probably mainly sell this. I'll probably just hay one field. Keep the hay bales, sell the TMR, sell the silage. Sell the silage bales, sorry, I should say.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I am very, very glad you introduced. I mean, our go-to baler was
The fast bale.
the fast bale, but then now the go-to baler is this baler.
Yeah, plus the one thing I never liked with like the fast bale, that is something I'm not sure why was never added. Why wasn't the wrapping toggleable? Because sometimes you may bale without wrapping. I mean, as he says now, we're going to do a separate wrapping process, but that's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
So we can soon lease the wrapper.
Papa the Rapper?
What's the one?
Gotta remember that game.
Didn't it do a re-release of it not that long ago?
Yeah, they did. They did do a re-release of Papa the Rapper. Because there was
Per Rapper, wasn't it?
there was Papa the Rapper and Papa the Rapper 2.
Isn't it Per Rapper? Wasn't it not Papa?
Everybody pronounced it Papa the Rapper. But Yeah, it was a weird but fun game. It really was.
Well, Field 15's nearly done already.
Oh yeah, it's only a small field though, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, if you compare it to some of the other ones I've got to do.
Yeah. Well, what do you want me to do first? Do you want me to just...
Dude, get all the hay out of the way, let's go to the other hay field.
That's what I mean, do you want me to just bale it first and then we'll collect up?
You probably can do, or depending on how I get on, I might end up moving on to collecting.
Yeah, well if you get done before, then you might as well do the collection and then...
Obviously the grass bales, I don't know whether we want to collect them and then wrap them, or probably better wrapping them in the field than just collecting them.
No idea. We hadn't got that far.
We might not, depending on how long it takes us.
No, what I mean is we didn't get that far of discussing that one.
No. It'll take you long enough to bale those two crop fields they were big enough. We've still got the daunting task of replanting them both, and of course field 2. So the two we harvested will need either subsoiling or harrowing, won't they?
Yeah.
Whether we go for old faithful the lizard subsoiler or...
We'll be there for hours. Won't we? With his working...
There is a 9 metre one now, which is a little better.
Yeah.
Trouble is though, anything with a really good working with would probably be more powerful than both our tractors.
Yeah.
It seems to be the thing with like cultivators and that, they tend to get really power hungry.
Well, I think I know one of the big cultivators, one of the big boys is like nearly 500 in it.
Sure, one is 500, I think, yeah. One of them I'm pretty sure is dead on, but like...
Oh right, yeah, you did.
I think even...
Yeah, you did put that into windrow. You did the headland and then up and down.
Yeah. Seemed the logical way of doing it. I think the 9 metre subsoil needs 320 yards, which I know is slightly more, but I think yours would get away with it.
Well, this is
280, 290 basically.
207. I do, like I said, eventually do want to do some grapes and stuff. I just have to figure out what's going to be what. Because I know we did grapes on Baileron.
Yeah. For those wondering, yeah, you would have seen that. That was just like a little like trial series really, but we were getting used to the new mechanics.
Obviously, I want to get back into productions.
That could be the difficult one with this map, because you'll be figuring out where to put them and everything.
But we need to know if that mod works that would allow us to play, see if we can place.
That allows us to like place them anywhere.
Yeah. That wouldn't just look like a sore thumb.
Trouble is with this map, I think anywhere we put them's gonna look not gonna look crazy. It's just the way the map's like designed for an industrial estate. Saying that, there's whole big industrial areas down near where the biogas plant is and everything. really sneak some stuff into there.
Yeah. It's a shame that the rake width is just a little bit too...
Well, you can't get two rows at once.
Yeah. Because of the width of the Dominator.
It's still used.
Yeah, the Dominators. Is it Dominator or is it Triumph?
Is it Triumph on it?
I have no idea, it's one of them. It's one of the classes. Yeah, it's just a shame that it's not... Because that's where, if it was a smaller header, this would be perfect for sort of doing more than one row. Yeah, we've got a fair few bales out of it, like, so far.
Oh, you still set to 220 centimeters.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's actually one down from the biggest size, but I know the wrapper will only take 220, and I didn't want to accidentally make grass bales that were too big. So I thought the easy thing to do was just leave it set right now.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
End up making grass bales that don't fit in the damn wrapper.
Which isn't the best thing.
Yeah.
Oh no, that just...
But you've got to be so perfect.
What? For the two
You
rows?
probably can get two, but you've got to, like, the
Yeah.
slightest bit off and you miss bit, so it's not worth it.
I know.
Been there myself.
Yeah.
Obviously the silage additive you won't be using right now, because that's only for when you... I say I bought one pallet and it literally only half filled the...
Yeah, it's only half filled the baler. I mean, even though the baler is what? It needs like
50 horsepower.
50 horsepower. It's not exactly sapping the...
Like I said, my tractor I think is 240, so wood running will probably be a little bit slower than like max working speed. Oh, I know. Besides, I know what we need to plant. I was watching I call the news today, didn't I? Apparently there is a worldwide shortage of sunflower oil. Right now.
Okay.
Yeah, because 3/4 of the sunflowers in the world that are grown for sunflower oil are grown in the Ukraine. So what we need to do is plant them 2 big fields with sunflowers and we'll be alright then. Seriously, the news actually said there was like a worldwide shortage of sunflower oil.
Yeah, but not many people like use. Well, not many people in Britain would use sunflower oil.
I think we do. I think we use it more than you think, you know.
Yeah, it's more restaurants though, isn't it?
But it just surprised me that it all came out of the Ukraine. Do you think we've got the climate that can grow sunflowers?
Yeah.
I was surprised to find.
Did you see the? Did you get that thing from what I sent you off Instagram?
Don't think so. No.
I sent you a messenger.
When? I'm seeing now. A couple of days ago.
Yeah, what I said. Oh, I didn't mean to put that. Fuck's sake.
What did you do?
Auto-corrected. Changed it. I meant to say there's a bit of tractor porn there for you.
Yeah. Oh, 936, yeah.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen that picture of that freaking that freaking tractor John Deere I saw the other day.
No, you haven't.
I meant to send you that, yeah. I was just surprised. It was just on the back of a trailer. I was like, I don't see a lot of tractors in this country.
No, like we said the last time, we said it was more. It's more basically for like.
Trouble is, I'm not sure if you'd be allowed to drive one on the road, would you? That's probably why we don't see a lot of them.
They're not allowed to go on the road because it falls under the rules of like excavators.
Yeah.
The tractor falls under the same rules.
Hmm.
Not that one. I caught four instead of 3.
4 doesn't do them, does it?
No,
I think it's 5 that turns the radio on.
I didn't want the radio. No, I wanted
Cruise control.
cruise control.
Right, I've nearly finished field 31. Field 4 is the one I'm going to do for hay, so I won't swath that. I'll widespread it. One thing to watch out when you do like when you go to like bale like 31 and stuff, because they're animal pens, there is like a feeding trough in the middle of them. Now I've sort of avoided it, I've mowed it for obvious reasons.
Well, yeah. Well, that's when we get round to baling, eh?
I'm just pre-warning you, we could even have swapped roles by then, depending on how
We might have swapped roles by then.
you've got bored of the baling.
Well, no, I might. We might need to look at starting on field work.
What do you mean?
Basically starting to just rip, well, we need to rip the field up, won't we? Or whatever we're doing with it. Get ready for the next
we're
crop.
quite a long way off, depending on what we want to plant. A lot of stuff we want to plant is a few months off yet, so we have time on that.
I was thinking, did you not want to get something in on September?
Or either wheat, barley or canola. Could do.
Unless, well, when's sunflowers?
That's not till, give me a second, let me get to a point where I can pause.
Okay, you will.
March.
Alright, okay, so we have got a bit then.
That's the one. I wish there was some option for like the ability to get 2 crops in a year. The other option is we oiled radish, a couple of them.
Cheap fertiliser, ish.
Well, that's it, innit? That's my thoughts.
Better fertiliser.
That's what I was thinking, and then obviously we come back to it when we get there, and like, but it depends. The sunflowers was as much a joke as anything else. It just thanks to that news article.
Well, no, we could put sunflower. We could put some sunflowers in when it comes to it.
I mean, we've got 3
We've
big
got
fields.
3 fields. Because obviously it's just a case of we're trying to make money. We're trying to make money to grow and expand.
No pun intended.
Yes, at some point we will have to do a competitive multiplayer. But
Yeah,
it's having a nice map to be able to do that on.
No Man's Land.
There is that. Oh, there was an interesting one that.
You mean Calmlands?
There is that one. But I've not seen that appear on ModUp yet.
I think, no, I haven't really looked.
Well, I had a quick look earlier before.
I've been messing about with a couple. I mean, I'm still playing Elm Creek, to be honest with you.
I have got the Elm Creek map, but since
But what,
since
but what I did on Elm Creek was actually the one I'm playing now. I built my own farmyard on where one of the little fields was,
yeah.
so I'm not using.
Well, I tend to like 44. I tend to turn into a.
No, I mean mine's built on field 34, which is literally right behind the shop.
Mm.
And then I own that line of fields between the shop and the highway.
Yeah, but like I said, 44 is one I usually turn into a little bit of a yard.
Yeah, I always have because it's too small to do anything really with.
Mm. But
Do you understand? All three of those fields you started off with as a starters weren't really.
yeah, but I used to rip 44 and 45. I ripped together. Was it 44
Yeah,
and
I've done that
45?
as well.
I always used to rip them together.
They still didn't end up much bigger than somebody's backyard.
No. Well, probably no bigger than that. Maybe a little bit bigger than that piece of land that's behind you.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
You know what I'm getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah, you're probably about right.
you? It's probably no bigger than that.
Yeah. I'll see, I'm going out there tomorrow and planting crops on it.
Make sure you get permission first.
Nah, it's the Russian approach. Just tell them I recognise it as a free state.
See, they handed Chernobyl back.
I'm not surprised. Would you want it?
Russia had it anyways.
I know.
It was Russian. It was
Yep.
Russia's before all
I
this.
know.
Anyways, so
50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town.
like I say, it's a shame that all that shit's going on, but not to get political, because Chernobyl has always been a bucket list thing for me to go. I've always wanted to go to Chernobyl. I mean, that might sound a bit bizarre and quite morbid to people, but it's just one of them. You can do like
Yeah.
the whole tour thing, but yeah, that's always been that's always been a place. And then there's been like is it Auschwitz
Yeah.
as well? There's always been a place I'd like to go.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've already done one place that I've always wanted to go. I've already done one thing, and that was drive the Nürburgring, so I've already done that, but I want to go back.
I thought you were going to say Efteling.
No. No, the Nürburgring was a bucket list. Florida, I'd like to go back to Disney, Orlando. I'd like to go back to New York.
Kind of segueing into this. Do you fancy a trip to Vegas next year? You know what I'm getting at.
I know what you're getting at. Wonder how much the flights would be, but the tickets will probably be fucking expensive.
Oh, for that weekend they're gonna be, aren't they? I mean, I've always said Vegas is one of the things I want to see at some point in my life. I'm not a big gambler, but just to see it.
I'd like to see Vegas myself, because obviously, as bizarre as it sounds, I would like to see Vegas for the Bellagio fountains. And it's the same, like, I'd like to go to Dubai.
Yeah.
To see the fucking hell, what the fuck's that tower called? Is it the Khalifa?
I have no idea off the top of my head, but I roughly know what you mean.
And I'd like to see
Oh.
the Dubai fountains as well. Basically,
Wow, this pig field is rough as hell.
what do you expect pigs living in? Yeah, I imagine the tickets would be quite pricey for the F1 in Vegas. To be honest, I really don't know what to think of that fucking course.
I want it to be good, but
Looks like a fucking rat.
Is there actually a good street circuit out there? Is there actually a decent street circuit?
Yeah.
Baku's not terrible.
Baku, and I would say Jeddah. I would actually rate Jeddah as a pretty good street circuit as well.
But you look at like Monaco, and Monaco's a great spectacle, and it's history, but it's not a good race.
Monaco's the crown.
It's not been a good race for years, and I think this year with the bigger cars, it's going to be even worse.
Yeah, and I honestly think if they've done Vegas, I can see them dropping Monaco.
Honestly, because I was talking, might be probably an unpopular opinion, I'd quite happily see Monaco drop from the championship. Maybe make it just like a showcase event.
I've said this, haven't I? I've said it as well. I would like to see Monaco dropped. But
have it as like a non-championship, just showcase.
Yeah, but keep Spa.
I think Spa, and I think it was you I was saying too.
Well,
Spa were putting a lot of money in, and they're not doing that on the off chance. There may not be an official contract out there, but I think they've got it on pretty good authority.
Well, they've been doing it for the MotoGP as well, so.
Trust me, they wouldn't put the investment in. Yes, there's no official contract signed, but if talk is that look, you are going to get it, don't worry. But we do hit the point, and I fully appreciate that there's a lot of tracks that want it. And as much as an F1 fan, you think yes, more races, there is an upper limit.
Well, they can go under the Concord Agreement. They can go to 20. What did I say? 26.
Which that sounds a lot to me.
That's a hell of a lot of races.
I mean, that'd be a race every other week for the entire year, wouldn't it? If my maths is supporting me, right?
Yeah.
And you've got to think of the people involved.
To be honest, I'm glad that the season's doing the way it is this year. I'm glad it's a little bit of a shorter season. Means I don't have to pay as much on my fucking subscription this year. I mean, it's 20 quid. 20 quid, right up until the 18th of December. But that would have done good for the season if the season was longer. If the season had been December, but obviously because of the World Cup in Qatar, it's a case of, well, yeah. But I don't mind that.
No, I don't. I think it's probably good for the people involved. Like I say, it's easy to sit here as an F1 fan and think, yay, more racing, but it's not that simple.
No. I honestly don't know. We'll find out. But there'd been nothing official about Bottas.
I don't know, I saw what you posted. I think we've got on pretty good authority that Vettel's back.
Vettel is back.
Say Bottas has caught it now, he could still be good to race next weekend.
Well, yeah, this is what I mean.
When you posted it to me, he's still got time to have enough negative to.
Yeah. Still got enough time to sort himself out. Makes you wonder how the fuck would he fly? He wouldn't though, would he?
In a plane?
Nobody wouldn't. Unless he would have to spend some of his Alfa Romeo money. He'd have to spend some of his money. He'd have to go private. He'd have to go on his own.
No, I think 'cause don't forget the official viewpoint of the world now is he's living with COVID, so it's
Not every state though. Not everybody. Only seems to be us. We've done that whole living with COVID shit. Not everybody, not every other authority's taken that approach as of
Yeah.
yet. So, I mean, obviously, some countries it's like, you know, masks and. I just, to be honest, like I said, much as I like the guy, I really don't want Damon Hill Australia.
I think he enjoys stirring the pot. Have you ever seen his Twitter?
Oh, I know he enjoys. I've seen his Twitter. I know he enjoys fucking stirring shit up. And he's been. He was told by Horner, even live on air, he was stirring. A lot of people get pissed off with him though, and it pisses me off though. I mean, you know, as much as I like Martin Brundle, he's a legend. Sometimes he grates on me a little bit when he turns it into the Lewis Hamilton show.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That grates on me a little bit. And yeah, we know we're not the biggest Hamilton fans, but it's just a case of
There are 19 other drivers on that grid.
yeah.
But if Jed is anything to go by, let's see Merck not even make it sometime Q3 again.
I can't believe he didn't even make. Can't
He
believe.
didn't make Q2, yeah.
I can't believe he didn't even make you two.
Do you reckon Lance Stroll had a crate of Red Bull turn up the next day with like no note attached or anything? Well done, lad, well done.
Yeah. What you mean, like Latifi getting a fucking supply after Abu Dhabi? Ooh.
Oh no, they're taking that back because it was Latifi's crash that screwed Perez over, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So they're going and taking that back now. I know we've talked about it, but I do feel so gutted for Perez.
Yeah.
He was doing such a good job, and then, yeah, the world just said no. Poor guy, he waits 215 races for his first pole position.
Yeah. And it was a blinder, that lap. Absolute fucking blinder.
Start of the race was.
It was, yeah.
He was driving perfect.
Just events screwed him over.
Pure bad luck, yeah, literally he comes into the pits and then a freaking VSC comes out.
Yeah, it's like, oh fuck.
And then a proper SC and then the incident with Sainz. Which I still don't think was his fault, and that was just more down to lack of visibility in an F1 car.
I kind of don't get what Sainz was expecting. It's like they know where the safety car line is or whatever it is, but
Yeah, but like I say, if you come down the pit lane in an F1 car, you can't see the pit entrance because there's a big barrier between you. There's no light to warn you there's a car coming out of it. His eye line's going to be towards the apex of the corner because that's the direction he's driving.
yeah, he's going to be concentrating on other things.
Just suddenly he turns the corner and, oh shit, hi Carlos.
Yeah. Is it just me or have they got a fucking bit... All the drivers got a little bit fucking whiny this season.
I think we're just hearing it more. I think it's just team radios and that we're hearing more of it.
Well, we're hearing more of Max, but yeah. Like I say, he's got a lot of fucking work to do if he wants to keep his fucking championship. Or get his second championship. Because right now, the way it stands, Ferrari could take his championship. Leclerc could take his championship.
Oh yeah.
And that'll annoy Hamilton even more. Especially if Hamilton starts getting on form. But
Is that when we could see the old, and people have talked for so long, Hamilton in a Ferrari next year? I don't know his current contract with Mercedes. I'm not that.
He's only got this year.
He's only a 1-year deal. Well, yeah.
Yep.
If Ferrari win the championship, I could see him, but he's glory hunting.
Ferrari haven't gone. Ferrari wouldn't meet his demands.
Yeah, but is there not also the budget caps, the salary caps coming in at the end of this year?
Don't know.
Plus, would Ferrari want it? I think they've got a very good lineup there that they should be better off sticking with. But
Yeah, they wouldn't. I don't think they'd want. To be honest, this is going to sound wrong. I don't think they'd want him. I really don't think they would. Unless, like I said, unless he's got a real good fucking sponsor that'll bring him the money, then, money talks.
yeah,
Hence why we're getting this Vegas shit. I mean, we're sitting here bitching and moaning about it a bit, but the real test of proof a little bit will be to see how Vegas would essentially work a little bit is Miami.
I want that to be good. But it's in a car park.
Yeah.
And not even like, Tokyo Drift multi-story car park, because that'd be interesting.
No, it's the Hard Rock Cafe car park, isn't it?
Hard Rock Arena.
Well, Hard Rock Arena.
Yeah, I don't think a Hard Rock Cafe has a car park that big.
Why a fucking car park? Why don't they shut down some fucking streets? Because that's exactly what they're doing in Vegas. Shutting the fucking strip down.
Yeah, but they've done it. Did F1 ever do it, or was it just touring cars? Did the Birmingham Super Prix 1 year?
Don't know.
I know touring cars everywhere, they literally racing the streets of Birmingham.
Fucking hell. I know they probably did shut. It kind of makes sense, but I just feel sorry for Max and Danny Rick. If you remember back to Red Bull Road Trip.
Yeah.
Well, they drove the F1 cars in Vegas. It's gonna feel like a bit of deja vu.
Well, it's like they did that event down in London, didn't they? Was talking to try to do a Grand Prix in London, but that never worked. I think all the congestion charge would be on an F1 car. I mean, they're not ULEZ compliant.
Well, they'd have to fucking scrap the congestion charge bollocks, wouldn't they?
I can't see them being low emission zone.
There's supposed to be it's supposed to be one of them in Manchester, isn't there?
It's currently under review. Now that they've finished spending about $1 million cutting down trees and putting signs and warning about it, they decided to suspend it all and do a review on it. That was the ultimate irony. At the end of the 58 weekend, they cut a load of trees down for a sign warning you about low emission zone. It's like, it's really for the environment, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because you've cut all them fucking trees down.
Yeah, aye.
Yeah, I did. Because last time I was like, sort of Manchester area, I did notice the low emission thing, and I'm thinking.
It carries right out to the other side of Wigan and right to the M6 at the frigging end of the M58. Covered a massive range.
I don't see the point in Manchester trying to do it. It's not.
I don't see the point in any city trying to do it, because it just doesn't.
Yeah, but London's just fucking money. I don't give a shit if I upset any fucking cockneys. Okay. Oh, sorry. I don't. If I upset any southerners, Alan.
Well, you won't know if you upset any cockney. You won't be able to understand the word they said. Oh, I can feel the angry comments.
Honest to God, we're not that bad.
I guess we're going to have to cancel London off the GametimeUK tour.
But no, seriously, what's it achieving? Because you've still not got the infrastructure in place within the country to even allow really.
What is going to achieve is to force all the like transport companies to spend shit tons of money on newer vehicles just to avoid paying the charges.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
'cause that was the best bit when it was like they were offering you something like £2,000 towards a ULEZ
to a hybrid.
vehicle. Yeah, well, like for our company, a pretty big fan like we need costs outside of 30k. £2,000's not going to make a big difference.
No.
Luckily, most of our stuff is Euro 6, and as far as I could tell, compliant anyway. But
yeah, but the thing is, they go on about all this shit about to do with all reduce your carbon footprint bollocks. But it's like, we run airliners here that still haven't swapped over to biofuel. Yes, the engines will be probably compliant, but they're still not.
I was going to say, you can say there's a hybrid plane out there now.
There is. Emirates have got the biofuel planes. The one that flew over Bahrain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's running on the biofuel. Yeah, it's been developed. You've got the likes of emergency service, police helicopters, air ambulance, stuff like that. You've got... They're still obviously non-compliant, they're not...
Yeah.
friendly. You have probably fire engines that are still non-friendly. You've even got, if imagine if there was another firefighter strike. Now I'm going back.
Do you reckon they've still got the green goddesses?
That's what I mean. Green goddesses. They're not fucking friendly. Fucking sound nice though. There was a couple up here when all that firefighting strike went on.
Oh yeah, they had them out ready to...
If they needed them. But it's like they say, half the buses in Manchester, yes, they've got, some of the bus companies do have the hybrids. They do have the free bus in Manchester, which is the one that takes you around the city, which is a hybrid. Or is it all electric now? I can't remember.
I think a lot of them are hybrids, because a lot of them are either, aren't they? A lot of their stuff is either hybrid or fully electric.
What did you say?
A lot of Manchester's a Reaver, isn't it?
Nope. Stagecoach Diamond. It's mainly Diamond, Stagecoach.
Diamond is Preston Bus Lines.
Yeah, it's Rotala.
Because I know Liverpool, it's all a Reaver and Stagecoach.
Yeah, Arriva is, because Arriva's a lot of the North Wales, Chester area. I mean, Warrington have their own as well. But no, Manchester's more like Stagecoach, Diamond.
Oh.
Yeah, because Diamond bought first out in Manchester. There is... It's maybe Stagecoach, Diamond and something else, and I can never remember what.
MP Transport or something like that.
Yeah, but they have their own like city route, one that goes around the city. I think it's a hybrid, the free bus. That's like council funded, which you can get, that can get off the train at Piccadilly and you could go to I don't know, if you wanted to, you could go to the Science Museum. It'll take you near there. And just basically does a big loop. But yeah, I just can't see.
I tried to do that away from my mic.
I guess. And it's just... See, it's like Preston introducing a fucking zone. Just won't work.
Oh, I'm sure they'll give it a try at some point and make some money out of it. Oh, well, the mowing's nearly finished.
I'm still bailing this fucking field.
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do probably is drop the mowers off and go and grab. I've got the tedder to make some. Field 4 is going to be the one I'm going to hay.
Yeah.
So I'll grab the tedder, I'll tedder it. And then I might jump on the bale collector. Because we're going to have to watch. Well, running off your machine, we might not be too bad.
What, you thinking of frame rates?
Yeah, bale limits and that, but like you can't check that on multiplayer. On single player, you can go into the stats and see how many bales have been produced. I don't think you can in multiplayer. It's usually near the bottom of the start menu. You've got stats, haven't you? Start menu, spot the console player.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think you can see it in multiplayer. I think it gets replaced by like the multiplayer options menu. But you used to be on single player, it'll show you how many bells have been created that session.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting any options for bales.
No,
To see how many bales there is.
So we might have to try and keep a little bit of an eye on it, maybe because we have to collect and sell some.
Yeah.
If things start lagging, we're saying that's like say we're on your machine, it should have the power.
Well, it should have the power.
If yours doesn't, it can give a lot of hope to the rest of us.
I'd be surprised, yeah.
Us mere mortals.
Yeah, but in saying that, it's like going back to the obviously this whole environmental shite thing. It's like Lancaster doing it. Now, Lancaster's not very big. Lancaster just won't work because of the one-way system.
Lancaster doesn't work now thanks to the one-way system.
Well, we know it doesn't work. I mean, does that...
Our dog was wandering around in the road.
Was what? Deer?
No, our dog.
Ah, fair enough. But it's
That's how much care he has over our dog, ladies and gentlemen. Oh well.
Well, you can't control the animal. It's not.
I know. And he can face through walls, so a fence doesn't help. We've got a freaking time-shifting dog.
I kind of wish the dog had a little bit more interaction.
Yeah, it'd be good if you could like jump in the tractor with you.
Well, that's the thing. The weird thing. I remember when they showed it in the pickup with you. You know, imagine you could just get it to go in the pickup with you or something like that. The dog, I get why it's there, but it's a little bit one of them.
It doesn't really serve any purpose, it's just filler.
Yeah. I know we had the dog in 19, but it was just a bit like, well, why is it there? Or you chuck the ball, does it go after the ball?
I think it's supposed to, but it can be a bit
hit and miss. See, I've never really even drove on that fucking new bypass that they built.
Oh, the hard bypass. Well, it was originally called the Bay Gateway, but when Hard took Bay Radio, the joke was you can rename the hard bypass. Oh, I see you over there.
It wasn't a triple hard bypass, though, was it? But yeah, no, just that is probably a good investment. That's probably one of the good investments for the truckers. I mean, you probably imagine it keeps a lot of the the Arctics out of the town, except whoever's delivering.
Oh yeah, I think what makes a hell of a difference, I didn't realise, it came in, if you ever need to do anything on Whiteland,
Oh yeah.
it's so quick to get there now compared to what it used to be. Oh, honest to God, it's unreal.
I remember obviously going to Whiteland for
Mainly vagulates for bookers these days.
yeah, that's when my old car came from Whiteland.
Oh right.
So it was a case of yeah. And I remember trying to get there. What a fucking nightmare.
Alright.
Especially where I was getting to was... I guess that's a bell wrapper.
No, I've got the tedder here, but what I was doing was just buying a front weight because the tedder like hangs on the back.
Oh, okay.
That's why a little bit more weight on the front of this tractor.
So, yeah, it was just a case of trying to get from coming into Lancaster, but I was going... Which way did I come in? I didn't come in, like, from Morecambe direction, because at the time I was coming from Kendal. So I came in down past the 24-hour Mackies.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to name you roads, because I don't know roads. I'm just trying to get through to like we said, trying to get down to the industrial estate. Jesus. A bit of a nightmare.
Oh
But-
yeah.
But I remember just even going through Lancaster down the A6 if I ever went like going through Blackpool, rather than just bombing it down the motorway. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'd go down the A6. Or I'd come off at
Golga and go through the
no, I used to come off at fucking hell, which one is it? Is it Colgate?
will be 34.
No. Yeah.
Just before Foreign Services.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, it is that one then.
I know.
I'm trying to think. It's alright, I'm trying to think myself. And yeah, you just come off there and then just carry on down the A6 that way. It's what I tend to do if I'm going to Bank Range as well. I'll sort of go that way. Just because...
Man, you've got quite a lot of that field to do, eh? Big field.
Just because I think it's easier going that way down to Barton Grange rather than doing like the Blackpool Preston bit, even though you are closer on the Blackpool Preston one, but usually I'll either do that one or I'll do Garstang. Or I'll come off at Garstang.
Oh, that was handy.
What?
I may have put my tractor on its side, but luckily the implementer on the back unfolds. So I was able to just fold it out and pop myself back onto my wheels.
Yeah, because otherwise I'd have to swap places with you.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily the tedder unfolded and was able to spring the tractor back up.
He keeps forgetting he's got REA on.
That's part of it. Also, the fact that, as you say, as a multiplayer player, not the host, you don't have access to Super Swift.
I don't get why, because
No, I don't understand.
I
it either.
did. At one point, I did. When the mod was supposed to be working for multiplayer. It was just really annoying. Dumb question. It's going to make me sound really stupid.
Go on.
Is the butterfly house an actual butterfly house, or is it just named the fucking butterfly house?
I think it's just name that, as far as I'm aware.
I used to work for a company in the, what looked like a fucking castle building. Near RLI.
Yep, I know exactly. I know which company you mean as well.
Security firm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Named after same name as a hospital. Yep.
Yeah, I used to work for them twats.
I remember there's always a big Luton van with their name down the side, parked outside. It's the old barracks.
Yeah. But yeah, I used to work for there.
There's a shock. Our folks he used to work.
Used to work.
No, he don't need to. He sits back and lives on his YouTube money.
I had to I had to contest a fucking copyright claim on the Jedi.
For what?
The end audio. It was
Never
just
had a problem with that.
no, I know. So I just basically it copied just a minute couple of seconds of the audio. So I basically just copied the license code in, and they dropped it.
What, was it from the game or was it from your like outro music?
My outro music. No, it was the Jedi podcast.
Ah, right, yeah.
So I just disputed it, copied the license key across that I've got, and it got dropped.
Fair enough.
If all disputes were that easy, I'm still trying to contest one dispute that I actually do have a fucking license for to use.
Is that the Efteling one?
Yeah. There is that.
It's been ongoing for...
Oh, it's been going for a while, and they've still not dropped it. No matter how many fucking emails I've sent in to this the CEO of the company that's disputed it.
What's that? I remember some of the big guys getting disputes over like air noises and shit, wasn't there, a while ago?
Oh, the stupid noise. But it's like... Guess what I had to do at like fucking 1:30 this morning?
Go on.
Recover my other half's Instagram account.
What, hacked?
Got hacked. They thought they were fucking clever.
Or the hackers did.
Yeah. They basically had done like 2FA on it. They changed the account, email, and then all of a sudden I sent them a nice email. Turning around with a subject title saying, "Oi, dickhead." Basically asking them to threatened to basically just turn around and said, you know, release the Instagram account you have hacked. Basically threatened them, said police are involved and all this crap, and that they could be tracked, which is true. the police had been informed and were given their email address. Next minute, I gets an email from Instagram saying that the email had changed from the hacker's email to her email. So I jumped on the chance, managed to get so far in, and then it kept coming up with the 2FA again. She was on the phone to me anyways. I was there saying, look, give me the code that's come through from your mobile. Manages to get in. I said, right. I said, just put the email on your Instagram as one of my emails. Just basically, it's to stop the hacker. And we got the account back. Weird fucking thing though. I get a screenshot earlier on today from her. The hacker, or suspected hacker, because it's a +234 number, which was Florida area code. Text her saying, hey.
Okay.
Yes. Very fucking weird. So I just
I'm assuming you've done all the right, change her email password as well, and...
Oh, yep, I changed her email password last night, and I give her the new password. And I basically have told her, whenever you are creating an account on anything, make sure you always capitalise your first letter of your password, number it, and put a special character in. You should always put special characters within your password. Because believe it or not, the hackers' password encryption programs can never randomly get the special characters. They're not quite clever enough to figure out special characters. That's why if you've ever when you sign up, it always asks you to capitalise your first letter, numbers, has to be so many characters long, and always has to contain a special character. Some do always ask you to put a special character in. It's to stop the bots, and it's to stop all that. So we managed to get in, and I turned around and said, well, I said, we can't do bloody 2FA on her Instagram yet, because, well, we can do it where she gets codes to her phone, so she'll know that way. I get emails anyways. And I said once she changed contract, because I know she's on about changing the contract. Once she changes the contract, then I'll set her up the proper authentication app. You know, Authy, I don't know if you use Authy, do you?
No, I think I set it up. I think the only thing I still have set up too is Rockstar Social Club.
Yeah. I haven't
been on that in a long time.
Oh, I've got Twitch. I've got a lot set up on two-factor authentication.
Which just every time I log in, emails me a solid code. It irritates me most of the time.
Yeah, but if you do the two-factor authentication through Authy, you'll only have to do it every 30 days sometimes.
I've probably got that long between watching Twitch streams, to be honest, these days.
No, I know, but it stops you from doing that.